The Kylie Jenner challenge is up and running again, but this time it has left a girl's lips swollen for days after she attempted it. Why is this challenge back? Did we not learn the first time how pointless and stupid it is? No offense, Kylie. A 12-year-old girl was left with inflated lips for days after trying to recreate the Kylie challenge with a shot glass. Her name is Lily Greenland. Sorry to throw you under the bus there, Lil. And she was hoping to have that same pout that Kylie has, but instead she was left with painful swollen lips. Now, I don't like seeing anyone in pain, but girl, what are you thinking? If for some reason you're confused as to what the Kylie challenge is, it all started back in 2015 when people started using water bottles as a suction device on their lips to puff them and make them look like Kylie Jenner's. They would post their pictures online using the hashtag Kylie Jenner Challenge. What kind of world are we living in? I mean, it's kind of creative, but weird. After the bottle's successful performance, people started to use cups and then shot glasses. So years later, a girl decided to try it again and she had her mom film the entire thing. I'm low-key not impressed with this parenting, but I will ignore it. Her mom Danny recorded her doing the challenge, which shows her sucking on the glass for about a minute and then her lips inflating to almost 4 times their size almost instantly. It was all caught on tape and you can see Lily and her mom bursting out in laughter. Because I get it seems like some innocent fun, so it's funny to see her looking like Donald Duck. But after having the glass on her lips for some time, you can see her eyes filling up with tears and she mumbles, "It hurts." Her mom tells her to take it off and that is when it reveals how swollen they really are. Her mom claims that she didn't know she was doing the Kylie challenge when she started filming and that she just hit record because her lips looked funny in the shot glass. I don't know if I believe that. She spoke on it saying, "I would say she looked like Pete Burns, to be honest. I've never seen lips like that in my real life. It was very surreal. It was like a lip filler job gone wrong." She continued to say that she does hope this will put her daughter off from wanting to have fillers one day when she's older. The swelling stayed for 2 days straight and left her with bruises. And Lily was forced to go to school with her lips looking like that. So not only was it painful physically, but emotionally that might have been kinda tough. But her mom confirmed for us that Lily did not learn her lesson and actually said she wants to do it for her prom when she's older. Jesus, take the wheel. This is why I won't be having kids.
Unless you live under a rock, you know by now that Kylie Jenner is pregnant. But there's a new conspiracy theory floating around that's suggesting that Kylie is actually a surrogate mother and she's pregnant with Kim and Kanye's baby. Earlier this summer, Kim Kardashian announced that she and Kanye West would be having a 3rd child by an unnamed surrogate mother. Kim had major complications with her first 2 pregnancies, so she decided it was safer to go with a surrogate. She specified that the surrogate was from San Diego, 20-something and fit, but she and Kanye are not telling anyone who she is. So when Kylie Jenner, Kim's younger half-sister, dropped the bomb that she was 4 months pregnant, the internet went ham with the conspiracy theories, suggesting the plot twist that Kylie is actually Kim and Kanye's surrogate mother. I gotta admit, the timing of the 2 pregnancies is extremely similar. When the news first dropped about Kim and Kanye's surrogate, that was about 4 months ago. Kylie is allegedly 4 months along. And another coincidence, they're both expecting girls. Weird. Kylie also hasn't said anything publicly about her pregnancy. So yes, there's some weird coincidences here guys, but it is highly unlikely that Kylie Jenner is pregnant with Kim's baby. I mean, spoiler alert, it is possible for 2 women to be pregnant at once. The father of Kylie's baby is reportedly rapper Travis Scott, whom she's been dating for several months. This tweet from June is rumored to be the day that he found out about the news. It says, "The happiest day of my life." Kylie and Travis have been privately telling friends and family for months. It was apparently one of Travis's family members that let the news slip out. Oopsie.
Kylie Jenner has been spotted out partying amid her pregnancy rumors. Okay, so Kylie was spotted out partying in Vegas this weekend, which is also the time news of her rumored pregnancy broke. The 20-year-old Keeping Up with the Kardashian star and makeup queen is rumored to be carrying rapper Travis Scott's baby. Pregnant or not pregnant, the young social media star was in Vegas celebrating BFF Jordan Wood's birthday. Curiously, during the day, the pair went to the Malibu Wine Safari. This is a place where visitors can taste wine and pet animals. Now we don't know whether she drank any wine, but it is a weird place to go if you're pregnant. Kylie posted a snap of her, Jordan and a giraffe, which has had 3 million likes. Also, a lot of the comments on the picture are about her supposed pregnancy. Some speculated that Kylie alluded to the rumors by pulling up her sweater to reveal a flat stomach. If she is pregnant, if her recent pictures are anything to go by, she is in the very early stages because she's looking pretty flat down there. Later that evening, Kylie watched her boyfriend and potential baby daddy's show at the iHeartRadio Festival in Vegas. Kylie's mum, Kris Jenner, fueled the rumor fire by responding to the allegations with a really cryptic statement. She said, "Something happens every single day. You never know what's going to break at any moment." I mean, what a weird way to say yes or no. I'm thinking, maybe she is pregnant? If she wasn't pregnant, why would Kris not say, "No, she's not pregnant"? It's confusing. That being said, the rumors do come from an unnamed source, which is always cause for a little concern, and perhaps the rumors should be taken with a pinch of salt. To be honest though, so what if she is having a baby? Good on her, but also if she's not, then good on her for just being a 20-year-old going out and living her life. It must be pretty hard to have people comment every time you want to wear a baggy sweater. Sometimes you just want to have like a casual day.
A recent celebrity breakup left fans in complete shock at first, but after some truth came to surface, they are now losing their damn minds. So Kylie Jenner fans have probably spent the last few nights crying themselves to sleep after news broke that she split from her baby daddy Travis Scott. We were told that they had been trying to make the relationship work for a while now, but then they decided to take a break. After 2 years of dating and one adorable daughter later, the two of them seem to be taking some time apart. According to E! News, they aren't officially calling it quits on the relationship, but he has moved out of their home for them to have some space. One source came forward and said, "They've been fighting again, but have still seen each other within this last month. They fight over ridiculous things, and Kylie can be very skeptical about Travis. He has been staying at his house in Beverly Hills, and Kylie has been allowing him to see Stormi. One thing fans can get on board with is that they are still co-parenting and doing what is best for their daughter. However, get your teacups ready because I have some piping hot tea that I am about to spill. Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin had their official wedding ceremony a few days ago on September 30th, 2019. Kylie, Kendall, and Kris Jenner were all invited, and they all attended with a date by their side. Kendall brought a friend, Kris brought her boyfriend Corey, and Kylie was riding solo. No Travis. However, pictures and videos from the wedding started to surface around social media and showed Kylie getting up close and personal with her ex Jaden Smith. For all those who may have forgotten or never knew, the two of them actually dated back in 2013 before she got together with Tyga. After being single for less than 24 hours, she was photographed dancing and laughing with Jaden at the wedding, and in one of the pictures, his hands are on her booty. Oh snap. Fans took it to Twitter and started speculating if Jaden is actually the reason why Kylie and Travis broke up. Maybe their fights were about Kylie and Jaden. One fan tweeted, "Y'all don't find it suspicious that first Kylie takes a pic with Jaden Smith, her ex, and then all of a sudden Travis and her break up? Apparently, Kylie and Jaden were actually spotted hanging out before the wedding even happened, but Kylie claimed that they are just friends. You know, the classic just friends line. It doesn't help their case that back in 2015 it was reported that Kylie and Tyga split because he was having suspicions about her spending time with Jaden. So, Jaden seems to be an ongoing issue in Kylie's relationships. Like, why is she spending so much time with her ex? I'm not out here slow dancing with my ex's hands on my butt. And I'm definitely not doing that with just a friend. But guess what? There is actually some more tea for you guys. People are also saying that this is all just a publicity stunt to help get some attention on Travis, who is releasing new music this Friday. A phrase has started spreading on the internet saying, "The devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder." We all know that Kris Jenner manages her kids' careers and actually takes a 10% cut of their earnings. People started investigating the theory because just minutes after headlines were made about Kylie and Travis splitting up, he started posting on Instagram promoting his new music. On top of that, people are also thinking that the breakup will be used as an upcoming plot point on the reality show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. You know, you gotta get those good ratings, right? As the people are saying, Kris Jenner works in mysterious ways. It's been said that Kris Jenner is actually the one who leaked the news of their split to TMZ, and we know a mother never does that to her daughter unless a money move is in play.
Forbes just named Kylie Jenner the youngest self-made billionaire ever. Like ever. Not even Mark Zuckerberg was a billionaire before Kylie Jenner. While no one disputes that Kylie Jenner is the youngest billionaire, it's the self-made part that the internet absolutely cannot stand. When the news broke that Kylie Jenner was the youngest self-made billionaire ever, people had a lot to say. It's no secret that Kylie Jenner's half-sister Kim Kardashian made their entire family famous with her adult film with Ray J that leaked back in 2007. Kim Kardashian's father, the late Robert Kardashian, was one of O.J. Simpson's lawyers. That's why a lot of people love to hate the Kardashians. Nevertheless, they are one of the most famous families on this planet and also one of the richest. Of course, there are a few members of the Kardashian clan that do work for their money. Kendall Jenner is a full-time model and influencer for some of the biggest brands on the planet, and Kylie Jenner has an extremely successful cosmetics company that has made her the youngest self-made billionaire ever to exist. Kylie Jenner's been obsessed with lipstick since she was 15. Girl, preach. One of the things that drove her was that she never found lipsticks and lip liners that were a perfect match, so she decided that she would fill that void and start creating her own products. Kylie is only 21 years old, and last year Kylie Cosmetics made $360 million. Kylie Cosmetics is worth an estimated $900 million, and Kylie owns 100% of it. And it definitely helps that the rest of her family constantly promotes Kylie Cosmetics to their huge social media followings. The youngest self-made billionaire title was held by Mark Zuckerberg, who became a billionaire at age 23. After being named the youngest made billionaire by Forbes, Kylie humbly said that she didn't expect anything. She didn't foresee the future. She attributes her success to the power of social media. That's also true. Kylie Jenner has 128 million Instagram followers who sell out her new makeup drops in a matter of minutes. I have also bought Kylie's lipstick before, and let me tell you, it is amazing. I am wearing one of her lipsticks right now. Kylie also doesn't just tell someone to make her products. She's a part of the process. She actually goes to the lab and perfects the formula herself. But what many people just can't get their head around is, can you really be a self-made billionaire if your family was rich in the first place? Not to mention, Kylie Jenner wouldn't be famous at all if it weren't for her sister. Forbes defines a self-made billionaire as someone who has built a company or established a fortune on their own, rather than inheriting some of it or all of it. A good example of someone who was completely self-made was Oprah Winfrey, who grew up in poverty and was raised by a single mother. On a scale of self-made billionaires, 1 being the least, 10 being the most, Kylie is a 7 and Oprah is a 10. But Kylie started Kylie Cosmetics with $250,000 that she earned from her modeling and acting and the reality show Keeping Up with Kardashians. It has grown to be a multi-million-dollar business. Social media erupted with memes and mean tweets about Kylie Jenner's history-making announcement. Like this one. Kylie Jenner's not a self-made billionaire. Her family was already worth millions and incredibly famous. All she did was leverage her fame, fortune, and family name. Even the dictionary tweeted with their definition of self-made. Haven't we gone over this? Self-made, having succeeded in life unaided. Piers Morgan also chimed in on Twitter and said, it's not self-made, it's because her sister made a sex tape. Ooh.
So in the last video, I told you guys how Forbes completely changed their stance on Kylie being the world's youngest self-made billionaire, saying that they believe she was lying when her team showed Forbes tax returns that were proof of her wealth. Well, after the story went viral, there has been some major fallout with Kylie not trusting her mother anymore, and lawyers telling the press that she could be facing jail time for her lies. Okay, so after the article dropped and Kylie tweeted out against the claims in the article, sources are saying that Kylie has isolated herself from her family and is not answering calls from her mother and manager Kris Jenner. The sources continue that Kylie does not know who to trust, and she's terrified that the scandal could permanently tarnish her brand's reputation. And it seems the reason she's taking it out on her mother is that Kris was the main person who wanted to prop up Kylie's business, in order to make the Kardashians seem more legitimate in the business world. And Forbes even said in their article that Kris was the one pushing for Kylie's cover. But the next source of fallout from the article is even worse, as now that Forbes was brought to light potential forged tax documents on Kylie's end, the SEC might be interested in opening up an investigation on her. In an exclusive interview with DailyMail.com, lawyer Jan Hanzlik spoke about the potential legal repercussions for Kylie, saying, quote, "My guess is that at the minimum the SEC will begin what they call an informal inquiry and then perhaps elevate that to a formal investigation, which gives them subpoena power." Then he continued saying that the SEC wants to ensure that they deter this kind of behavior, especially from public figures. And with all the media attention this is grabbing in the business world, Kylie is an obvious target for an SEC investigation that could even catch the attention of federal prosecutors. The lawyer continued that if they did find that Kylie committed fraud in legal government documents, she could not only face jail time, but face massive financial penalties, as well as being forced to make her deal with Coty whole, which would mean her giving them more money if they conclude that Coty overpaid on their deal. But on the flip side, Beverly Hills criminal defense attorney Adam Michael Sachs told The Sun he believes it's incredibly unlikely that Kylie and her team forged the documents that she gave to the government, and that more likely she inflated the details to Forbes, but then gave legit documents to the government. Because in this situation, she would have made herself pay more income tax than she had to, which would make, literally no sense to do. People are furious at Kylie Jenner after she posted to Instagram revealing that she was just in Paris in the midst of the pandemic and travel bans for most of the world. And because she's been posting about it online, People are obviously not happy. Alright, so a few days ago, Kylie posted some photos of her and her friends in Paris. And based on her hair color in the photos, it was clear that the photos were taken recently. So everyone's first thought was, how was it possible for her to be flying to Europe right now, as most countries have travel bans on Americans coming into their country with the amount of cases that they've had. After all the outrage, it was revealed that Kylie was allowed in the country for a business exemption trip, with a source telling E! News that Kylie had meetings with cosmetic company Coty this week, who she sold a portion of her brand to a few months back, and has even spoken to the company's CEO, Peter Harf, about a business opportunity. But people were a little suspicious of this, as Kylie posted tons of photos of her roaming around Paris hotspots like the Louvre. But obviously, you can't expect her to be taking pictures at meetings she's having either. The insider claimed further that Kylie was going for business reasons and brought friends to make a trip out of it. The US Embassy website confirms that the French government only allows Americans to visit the country at the moment on rare occasions. And of course, this generated a lot of feelings on Twitter, with people tweeting out things like, Kylie Jenner going to Paris during COVID while the rest of the world can't travel or visit family in other countries or states due to border restrictions just doesn't sit well with me. Then another person saying, can someone explain why Miss Kylie Jenner is allowed to travel to Paris in the middle of a pandemic while the borders are closed? Meanwhile, I'm dating a guy who lives in Australia and I can't see him until July 2021 at the earliest. Eat the rich and leave no crumbs, I'm tired. Then another user putting a cause behind that rage, saying, no one is hating on Kylie Jenner or Brad Pitt. We are asking that you retweet hashtag love is not tourism, so couples separated by international borders may reunite. While Kylie is in Paris for tourism, my children and I remain separated from my life partner there. Please retweet to help us. So that's all for the story today. Let me know what you're thinking below. I think by no means is Kylie the only celebrity or rich person traveling right now, so let's kind of make sure we keep the same energy with everyone, right? But it is pretty frustrating that she's able to go on a business trip, but bring a bunch of her friends who obviously don't have anything to do with the business just because they're her friends. Personally, I don't have anyone outside of Canada that I've been waiting to see, but if I had a long distance relationship right now, I'd probably be more than a little peeved about it.
Over the weekend, you were probably tagged in this post of an egg on Instagram. I think a few of my followers tagged me in this post, and I kept looking at it and I was like, why are you tagging me in this? Basically, whoever made this account posted a photo of a hard-boiled egg, and the post asked people to like the photo to make it the most liked photo on Instagram. This would inevitably knock Kylie Jenner's photo out of the top spot. Well, it actually happened. Kylie Jenner lost to an egg. This photo of an egg on the account world_record_egg has over 30 million likes at the time of this recording, making it the most liked photo on Instagram. It was posted on January 4th with the caption, "Let's set a world record together and get the most liked post on Instagram." It beat the previous world record held by Kylie Jenner, which had 18 million likes. The previous most liked photo was this photo of Kylie Jenner's thumb being held by her daughter Stormi. It was the photo that Kylie used to announce the name of her daughter. And now the photo's comment section is pretty much all egg emojis. So this is a pretty big accomplishment, considering the egg only has 3 million followers and Kylie has over 120 million. I know what you're thinking. Why should you care? Some people are already down there in the comments like, why should we care about an Instagram photo of an egg and Kylie Jenner, and how is this news, Naomi? So I'm just gonna come out and explain to you just how epic this is, in case you haven't figured it out yet. The world record egg was basically a way for all of the internet to troll Kylie Jenner and collectively band together to knock her out of the top spot. It wasn't a photo of a celebrity or a rich person with millions of followers. It was a photo of an egg on an account that was probably started by an average human being or a group of human beings. Together, we have taken back the power in some small way by double tapping on a photo of a hard-boiled egg. See? I can be poetic if I want to be. Okay, so now that you know a little about this egg, I'm gonna tell you about Kylie Jenner's reaction, which was pretty epic, not gonna lie. Naturally, Kylie Jenner heard that she no longer held the world record for the most liked photo on Instagram, and she definitely didn't chicken out. Here was her response. She shared a meme on her Instagram page that said, Kylie when she sees the world record egg account. And it showed Kylie smashing an egg and letting it fry on the pavement in the Calabasas heat. The caption was, take that, little egg. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but this was a pretty good response. It definitely shows that Kylie Jenner has a sense of humor. So who started this mysterious account? As of right now, no one knows who started the egg account. Huge media outlets have looked into it, but still, no luck. Imagine being that person that posted the photo. I mean, when I was being tagged in this photo, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think the egg would make it. I thought it was just one of those weird Instagram games kids tag you in. You know the ones. So annoying. But when I checked back after being tagged in the photo a few hours later, the egg did it. It was all it was cracked up to be. So what happens now? Does this mean war? Is the egg saga over? Interestingly, there will be a phase 2. The egg account reads, "It doesn't end here. We're only just getting started." Excellent.
Kylie and Kendall Jenner are up against some serious claims right now after a factory has exposed them for refusing to pay the factory workers who make the clothes for their clothing line collection. Kendall and Kylie are under fire right now after reports surfaced saying that they have been refusing to pay the factory workers who create garments for their clothing line. Their line, Kendall plus Kylie, is owned by Global Brands Group, and reports are saying they have refused to pay the factory workers since the COVID-19 crisis has caused a reduction in their sales. In March, the CEO of the group said, "Given the unpredictability of the situation, our retail partners have canceled orders, and existing inventory and product in production may have no sell-through. Consequently, we have no choice but to make the difficult decision to cancel all SS 2020 orders from all suppliers without liability." But recent reports from Remake have said that as a result of the company's decision, women who make the clothes have been left in a vulnerable position and are at risk of starving to death. It's literally that bad, you guys. The report included a statement from one of the garment workers in Bangladesh who said, "At the factory gate they told us to go away, that it was closed because of the virus. When they told us to go back home, I only had $6 left on me." The statement went viral and people are now taking it to social media to protest for the treatment of these workers, and they are begging the Jenner sisters to take action. Kylie has her own skincare and makeup line and is still promoting her items and even selling masks for the virus. People are furious that she's ordering products for her personal company but refusing to push her clothing line and pay the workers that help their line even exist. Like, realistically, your clothing line does not exist without the people making the clothing. We don't know how much involvement these girls actually have in the company. We just know that they are the face and the name and the model of the clothes. However, it is their name that is representing the brand, so regardless, it's just not a good look. It would be nice to see them still pay these workers even if they aren't working. Cause no offense, but like, we all know you have the money to do that. Kylie is a billionaire. So, or even if they paid the workers to like make fabric face masks and then like donate them to places and people in need, that would be cool.
Many of you in the comments of our last video about Kylie Jenner's scam getting worse didn't really agree with me when I said that she probably wasn't doing it on purpose. Well, we dug into Kylie's past of promoting products and it looks like you were right. Specifically, we're going to take a look back at one scam she definitely felt the heat for. Back in November of 2020, fans of Kylie were convinced that she was trying to scam her millions of followers. In the past, she has occasionally partnered with big brands to hold contests that offer some kind of designer collection or item. However, just last year, she posted this photo of herself sitting next to 8 Louis Vuitton bags. In the since deleted caption, she claimed that one winner could take home all of the designer bags and $70,000 in cash, all loaded onto a prepaid Visa card. The comment section though was filled with people saying things like, "Does anyone actually ever win these things?" And my personal favorite, "Girl, this looks like a scam." Here's the weirdest part though. In order to enter this contest, fans had to go to Scott Disick's Instagram page and follow every account that he was following, then comment on Kylie's post and tag their friends. I mean, damn, that seems like an all-day activity. How badly do you want these handbags that you're willing to go follow Scott Disick? I mean, I bet many of her fans saw that portion of the contest and just said, "Nope, not today, Satan." Not to mention the details of this little contest didn't really add up. Unless she's putting multiple prepaid Visa cards that add up to $70,000 that she was talking about, there's no way that you can put $70K on a prepaid Visa. I think they have like a max limit of $20,000. I mean, maybe Kylie has a connection at Visa who hooked her up with this exclusive card, but I really doubt that. Plus, when you really read the wording of this caption, it does not feel like it was coming from Kylie at all. It definitely felt like her Instagram had been just handed over to some social media marketing person that she hired for this contest. It's a pretty scummy way to get more followers if you ask me, especially if no one even won the contest. Kylie already has 274 million followers on Instagram, so I wonder how many more of these follower scams she needs to do. It's clear though that she's trying to build an empire similar to Kim Kardashian. I mean, she's got her cosmetics line, her swimwear, and even started Kylie Baby, which is supposed to be clean, vegan, and conscious baby care as described by their Instagram bio. Recently, Kylie Jenner fans took to TikTok to express how furious they were with her new line of swimwear. Many people harped on how the material felt weak and how the stitching was already coming apart when they opened their delivery. Hundreds of Kylie Jenner fans blasted her swimwear line on TikTok, claiming that not only were the suits of poor quality, but many of them had major sizing issues. Not to mention they were being sold for $80 per item. $80 for poor stitching, paper-thin see-through fabric, and ultimately items that weren't sized properly. One TikTok user said that she had purchased all of the one pieces from the collection and was shocked that every single piece did not meet her expectations. She goes on to say, "I got an XL on this one, didn't go over hips, see-through." And the TikTok has been viewed over 630,000 times, liked by more than 35,000 people, and filled with comments like this one that say, "Return them all, she could have done way better," with another adding a more interesting point saying, "I mean, they all could be from Shein as far as we know." And if you don't know Shein, they're essentially a fast fashion site, so the prices are typically very low because of the poor quality that you're receiving in return, and on top of that, they've been accused of stealing from smaller designers before. They're basically Fashion Nova's direct competitor. The reason I bring this up is because in the past, Kylie has been known to have some eerily similar connections with her merch and other companies. For example, the scandal with her and ColourPop. When she released Kylie Cosmetics, her gloss collection sold out in minutes despite the multiple controversies surrounding her manufacturing process. As fans were hunting for cheaper alternatives to Kylie's lip gloss, they stumbled across ColourPop Cosmetics, and the similarities between the two products were very noticeable. During an exclusive interview with Refinery29, the ColourPop founder shed some light on why their formula was essentially the same as Kylie's. The duo that created ColourPop also created this company called Seed Beauty. Seed Beauty works as an umbrella company where in their laboratory they create cosmetic formulas for ColourPop as well as private label products. Kylie Jenner was brought into the Seed family as part of what they called an incubation program. She would have complete creative control over her product, but she could also use the lab and their company's existing resources. So perhaps the same thing has happened with her new line of swimwear. As I mentioned in my last video, I really doubt that she is on the ground floor of the factory watching them sew every pair. It's most likely the same thing that happened with her lip gloss. She probably just went to a company, gave them some ideas of what she wanted. She doesn't need advertising, just her own Instagram feed, and boom, within a matter of time, her designs are up and ready to buy. It's also the problem with purchasing merch from influencers and celebrities though. You're really only buying it because they are telling you that it's the hot new thing to own, or because you have some idea in your mind that you'll become just like them if you buy their clothes. Chances are they had almost no hand in choosing the quality of their product. They may have designed the logo or the style, but when it comes to quality, there are very few celebrities and influencers that are on the ground floor making sure that all of their products are of the highest quality, which you would think would be the case based on what she's charging for these swimsuits. Alas, it just doesn't work that way. If you're going to buy something from an influencer, I would recommend doing just a little bit of research into the product, or at least checking out some reviews to make sure that it's money well spent. As for scamming her fans, I think her fans feel like they might have gotten scammed by this, but I don't believe Kylie had intentions of scamming her fans. I mean, why would she do that? That would be insane for her to knowingly produce clothing with awful quality to make a quick buck. Kylie Jenner's new swimwear line has been getting a lot of bad press as of late, with many accusing Jenner of scamming her own fans. According to an inside source, Kylie is now freaking out and very concerned by the backlash that she's been getting. Now her and her mom Kris are working overtime on trying to fix what went wrong. Typically when Kylie Jenner releases a new product, she's met with lots of love and appreciation from her fans, with the odd negative Nancy chiming in with why it's awful, which is bound to happen when you have 275 million followers on Instagram. However, this time around, the launch of her swimwear line was by all accounts a complete and total disaster. According to an insider close to the situation, they confessed to Life and Style magazine that she wasn't expecting this reaction at all, and that she was freaking out over all the hateful reviews. The source goes on to say, Kylie used to feel like everything she touched turned to gold, but that just isn't true anymore, and she's really upset. If that's true, this is definitely not the case anymore. The products were blasted on YouTube and TikTok for not just being the same price as gold, but for the swimwear's poor stitching and sizing. A lot of people were complaining that they purchased a lot of items from her, and all of the sizing on the majority of them were really inaccurate, with others adding that the stitching was also very bad and within minutes of unboxing started to fall apart at the seams. YouTuber Laura Lee, who has over 500,000 TikTok followers, said of the swimwear, "The whole swimsuit is see-through. I don't understand. Once I move, everything's gonna be out. I would never wear this in public." Later adding that they are almost the most impractical swimsuits that you could buy. With 93 Play Street, swimwear swimwear founder Jessica Anderson also coming at Kylie's integrity for even trying to push a product like this. She said of the Kylie swimwear, "I am completely and totally disappointed that this is completely see-through. I've seen behind the scenes of what it takes to produce swimwear, and the fact that no one caught this blows my mind. For me, it comes down to lack of integrity as a business owner and entrepreneur." As a result of all of this backlash though, Kris Jenner and Kylie have apparently been having emergency meetings as to how they can turn things around. Not to mention, Kylie also has 2 additional product launches that she's been working on at the same time. So things must be stressful, which can't be good for that baby. Kylie also released a series of safe, gentle, clean, and conscious baby care products, as well as her Freddy Krueger inspired makeup collection that faced its own criticism after she posted her promo pics. The source is also concerned with how this dress is going to be impacting her and the baby. They said to the press, "This is supposed to be the time for Kylie to relax, enjoy her pregnancy, and plan for the upcoming holidays. Instead, she's questioning whether she's taken on too much and worrying about the bad vibes affecting her baby. I feel like no matter what product Kylie puts out, she's going to get some kind of backlash for it because that's just the nature of how her family promotes products. But this swimwear stuff is specific to the actual material and faults in the product, which can be a lot harder to come back from. Hopefully she finds a new company to make her swimwear, because wherever she's getting them made right now is just not doing a great job, and that's going to be reflected in the sales and the returns on orders." Kylie Jenner is finding herself back in the news today after facing backlash for posting some very disturbing images of her coated in blood while pregnant. What was meant to be some sort of Halloween photo shoot to promote her new cosmetic line has now turned into claims that she's worshipping the devil, among other things. The 24-year-old makeup mogul is learning from the rest of her family that all publicity is good publicity. While promoting her Nightmare on Elm Street collection that features Freddy Krueger inspired makeup, Jenner shocked and angered a lot of her fans. Kylie is expecting her second child with Travis Scott, and because she is expecting another child, this enraged people on the internet even more. Her line is supposed to drop today, and like I said earlier, she dropped a bunch of photos on her Instagram that have been described as disturbing. In the caption she writes, "My Kylie by Nightmare on Elm Street collection launches tomorrow, 3 p.m. with Khloe Kardashian adding support in the comments and saying, 'All hail the queen, my beautiful baby.'" She has been promoting this new Halloween line for a while now with various posts that all carry this heavy red theme. It all started with a promo video about 6 days ago that shows fake blood washing over Kylie's body while 1-2 Freddy's Coming For You plays in the background. The conspiratorial comments started really flowing on that video specifically and just carried over to her latest post. For example, the comments on that video said, "This is sick and that's not a compliment," with another adding adrenochrome. Other than these types of comments that think that every celebrity is part of the Illuminati, the rest of her comments seem to be pretty split on the matter. I saw many supportive comments on Jenner's newest collaboration, but there was an equal amount of people that really did not care for it. Some called it disturbing, while others said that it was so horrifying that she needed to repent. A lot of people thought that it was distasteful though because she was pregnant, which really became another focus of the backlash. One person wrote about how if someone was recovering from a miscarriage, they would find this very daunting to look at, with another adding that on Mental Health Awareness Day, this was the last thing that they wanted to see in their feeds. In all honesty though, I think the more attention that we give to things that we don't like, the more the algorithm will just show you things that upset you. The internet and social media have so much more to offer you, but try telling that to a bunch of angry people in the comment section of a celebrity. I don't know about you, but I feel like these people's energy could be spent in much better ways, and spend somewhere else for that matter, you know, instead of just commenting on things that they hate all the time. If she did this photo shoot randomly, I could see why people would be upset, but it's a promo for a Halloween inspired drop. So really it's on par with the exact imagery that she was going for. Celebrities are always going to be inflammatory in this day and age because they know that controversial things equal mass attention. I mean, we're talking about it right now, but the only reason I bring this up is to send another message that if you don't like something, just move on from it. We don't need to comment our negative feelings on every single thing that upsets us. Right now, out of all of Kylie's promotions for her new cosmetics line, these disturbing photos have been liked by 9.8 million people, so she must be doing something right.